Okay, we're going to do exercise 10B, question 5. So 5A is sketch this curve. Now again, I'm not going to worry about the turning points in this one. So we'll just go x equals 0. So put in x equals 0, you get 0, add 0, minus 0. Y is also 0. Put then y to be 0. So if you put y to be 0, you get 0 equals 2x cubed plus 9x squared minus 60x. You can factorise out your x, as you will always be able to do in these types of questions. So you have x equals 0, and you have this equals 0. You can try to factorise that if you want, or use the formula. I tend to just use the formula. So a is 2, b is 9, c is minus 60. So using your formula, x equals minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So it's minus 9 plus or minus the square root of b squared, 9 squared, minus 4 times a times minus 60. Just watch your signs there, 2a. So it's minus 9 plus or minus 81. 2 minuses give you plus. 4 2s are 8. 8 times 6 is 48. And then a 0 to add on there. It's clear? All over 4. So x equals minus 9 plus or minus the square root of 480 plus 81 to give you 561 over 4. Now you split that up into minus 9 plus the square root of 561 over 4 and minus 9. Take away the square root of 561 over 4. So the first one, minus 9, add the square root of 561, press your equals button, divide by 4, gives you 3.67. And the next one is minus 9, take away the square root of 561, press your equals button, divide it by 4 to give you minus 8.17. Now, sketching that wee graph. So it crosses at 0, 0. Remember what this point means. X is 3.67 and y is 0. X is minus 8.17 and y is 0. So 3.67 is there and minus 8.17 is over here. It's a positive x cubed, so it starts low and goes up first. Okay, you always have that shape for the positive graphs. They start off low and they go up high. Now, you want the area between the curve and the positive x-axis. Here's your x-axis. This is the positive side. So I am looking for this area. I'm ignoring under my hand. So the area is running from 0 to 3.67. You put your curve in there, 2x cubed plus 9x squared minus 60x dx. Now I'm good to integrate. Add 1, divide by it. Add 1, divide by it. Add 1 and divide by it. You can put your c in or you can leave it off, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to tidy up here before I go any further. So x4 over 2 plus 3x3 minus 30x2. Now, sub in your 3.67. So it's 3.67 to the power of 4 divided by 2 plus 3 times 3.67 cubed minus 30 times 3.67 squared. Take away, then put in your 0. I'm working this out. So 3.67 to the power, I'll show you in the calculator actually, 3.67 to the power of 4 equals, divided by 2, equals plus 3 times 3.67 cubed equals minus 30 times 3.67 squared equals, and I have got an answer of minus 165.07. Now remember, area is negative because it's in the bottom half, so you have to give it a positive answer, 165.07 units squared. Okay, we're going to have a go at number 6. Sketch the curve. So as always, put x equals 0. So y naught minus naught minus naught is naught. That should always work out. Put y equals 0. So 0 equals x cubed minus 3x squared minus 24x. Factorize out your x as normal. And then you can try to factorize, or you can just use your formula. As you've seen, I tend to use the formula all the time, unless I see it quite easy. So a is in front of the x squared, b is in front of your x, and c is on its own. Now writing out the formula, x is minus b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So it's minus 3 is a positive 3. Minus 3 squared is a positive 9. 4 times a times c. It's usually the minus signs where you go wrong in these questions. So 9. Minus and minus is a plus. 4 times 24 is 96 over 2. So it's 3 plus or minus the square root of 105 over 2. Split that up into your two answers. 3 plus the square root of 105 over 2 and 3 minus the square root of 105 over 2. So it's 3 plus the square root of 105, press the equals, divided by 2, gives you 6.62, and 3 minus the square root of 105 divided by 2 gives you minus 3.62. So again, I like those in a sketch. Remember what this is. X is 6.62 and y is 0. X is minus 3.62 and y is 0. So you don't have to be too accurate when you're putting them onto your wee sketches. It's a positive, let's start there, a positive x cubed graph. So it's this shape. Now, this time the area is between the curve and the negative x-axis. This is your x-axis, you're positive to here, this is negative x. So I want this section of the graph. So the area is running from 3.62 to 0. You pop your curve in there. It is definitely tricky. It's not easy at all. Add 1, divide by it. Add 1, divide by it. Add 1, divide by it. And put in your wee limits. Make sure you keep the order right. I'll tidy that up. So it's x4 over 4 minus x3 minus 12 x2, 0 and minus 3.62. Don't be tempted to leave out the 0. Always sub it in because it shows you know what you're doing. Sub in the 0, then take away when you sub in this. Now, I hate subbing in negatives because it's so easy to make a mistake. Now, let's see what we can do here. So the first bracket is 0. The second bracket, a minus to the power of 4 is always going to be a positive. So I'm just putting into the calculator 3.62 to the power of 4, pressing my equals and dividing it by 4. So I have got 42.931. A minus cubed is a minus, and then a minus is a positive. And then I'm putting into the calculator 3.62 cubed. So 47.438. A minus squared is a positive, and a positive and a minus is a minus. So it's 12 times 3.62 squared to give me 157.25. So it's 0 minus, just taking my time through this, 931, add 47.438 minus 157.25 gives me minus 66.881. Naught minus minus comes a plus, so you're getting an answer of 66.88 units squared. And if you look, it should have been a positive answer, so that's looking good. Okay, one more I want you to do. Question 11. The reason why I do this one is because it's a negative cubic. Don't be put off by that. I'll show you how to deal with that in a second. Put x equals 0 as normal, so y is 0. Put y equals 0, which means you put 0 equals negative x cubed plus 6x squared plus 135x. Factorize out your x as normal. Now, put each bit equals 0. So x equals 0, or this rigmarole equals 0. Just watch that minus sign sitting in there. So a is minus 1, b is 6, and c is 135. So over we go and use the formula. So x is minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Minus 6 plus or minus b squared, 6 squared 36, minus 4 times a times c all over 2 times a. So it's all over minus 2. So it's minus 6 plus or minus 36 plus 4 calculate in wrong mode there. So it's 4 times 135, which is 540, all over minus 2. So you've got minus 6 plus or minus 576 over minus 2. So splitting that up into your two answers, minus 6 plus the square root of 576 over minus 2, and minus 6 minus, goodness, a lot of minuses going on here, 576 over negative 2. So working out the first one, negative 6 add the square root of 576 plus your equals and divide it by negative 2 gives you negative 9. And this one, negative 6 take away square root of 576 plus your equals and divide it by negative 2 gives you 15. So that means when x is minus 9, y is 0. When x is 15, y is 0. Putting them all together, 0, 0, minus 9, 0, and 15. Now we're going to sketch this. If you look back at the very beginning, it's a negative x cubic. So, do you remember in the positives we started off low and we went up high? Well, in the negative, we start high and we go down. That's a negative x cubed shape. Okay, and we want the area between the curve and the negative x-axis. Here's the positive x-axis, here's the negative. So I'm looking for this area in here. So the area is running from minus 9 to 0. You pop your curve in here. Now, integrate. So add 1, divide by it. That's a plus. Add 1, divide by it. 135x squared over 2. And 0 minus 9. I'll tidy up. Minus x over 4 plus 2x3 plus 135x squared over 2, 0 and minus 9. Now remember what I said earlier, don't be tempted to leave out the 0. Sub your 0 in, then take away when you sub in your 9. And it's a minus 9, so we need to watch your signs here. So it's minus 9, 4 over 4, plus 2 times minus 9 cubed, plus 135 over minus 9 squared, times minus 9 squared over 2. So the first bracket is 0. Minus 9 to the power of 4, that's going to be a positive. Anything to an even power is positive. So 9 to the power of 4 is 6561. So it's minus 6561 over 4. A minus cubed is a minus, a plus and a minus is a minus. So 9 cubed times 2 gives me 1458. A minus squared is a positive, so it's 135 times 9 squared, which is 81, divided by 2, giving you 10935 over 2. Very, very awkward numbers. So here we go again. Minus 6561 over 4, minus 1458, plus 10935 over 2, I'm just using the fraction button there, gives me an answer of 9477 over 4. So, writing that as a decimal, it's 2369.25, so it's a negative, but it's negative because you're in the bottom of the y-axis, you're in the negative bit. Always give area as a positive answer, so it's 2369.25 units squared.